Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the third live streaming session for today. Today is the 18th of October 2024. Today is Friday. The markets have closed. I all hope that you all are, like getting ready, getting excited for the weekend. Come on, who's not getting excited for the weekend? Don't. The weekend is coming in, correct? So we all have plans. Some people want to go out, some people want to relax, some people want to sleep, some people want to go explore new places, new activities, make new friends. There is so much to do on the weekend, correct? So before we get started, again, this is Harsh here. When Harsh is here, nothing to fear. I'm giving you 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes, get your pen, paper, coffee, tea, water, whatever is required. We want more people to join into our live streaming session. The more, the merrier, correct? So, in 5 minutes, we are going to start the session. Till that time, get whatever is required. All right, see you in five. All right, I hope you all are here. All right, I can see Sophia in the chat room. Hello, Sophia. And I hope that everyone else who's in this chat room is on board, is ready with a piece of pen, paper, whatever is required to get through this live streaming session. So, everyone, welcome back to this third live streaming session. This is your one and only Harsh, right? When Harsh is here, there's nothing to fear. All right. So, before we begin today's live streaming session, it is very important for me to give you a quick summary about myself. I'm Harsh. I've been having around 8 years of experience trading the financial markets. I mainly specialize in Forex. There's something interesting coming, which I'm going to tell you later. So, I specialize in Forex, futures, the US indices, commodities, correct? Gold, silver, platinum, the indices, the US based indices, the Dow Jones 30, the S&P 500, and now we are also looking at into the Indian share market, the indices as well as the individual stocks. I'm more of a price action trader, a technical trader to so called, specializing in supply and demand, technical chart patterns, and the list goes on and on. And here at Dolphin Markets, we are here at your service trying to offer you our best services possible in terms of having hot stocks, in terms of providing you with analysis, in terms of providing you with financial education, trading education, technical trading education, correct? So we have three sessions during the day, which goes from Monday till Friday. You are in for a treat. Sophia says, I am always here. Thank you so much, Sophia. It means so much, people like Sophia, when they keep entering into the live streaming sessions, it kind of helps me, it kind of boosts my morale, it boosts my confidence and makes me feel that yes, I am doing something constructive. I am being able to, utilize my skills, my communication skills, my interaction skills, and I'm trying to, provide it back to you people, to you beautiful people. So, coming back to the company, the company has brokerage services. At the same time, it's providing you with analysis. It's providing you with hot stocks. You can make money by being associated with us. And we also provide with trading education. Now, the first two sessions which happen during the day are mainly focused on the markets because the markets are running, the markets are going up and down and sideways. There's so much of chaos, good chaos, bad chaos, positive chaos, negative chaos. But once the market settles down, correct? Once the market settles down. So 3:15, right? 3:30-ish Indian Standard Time, the market closes, right? And today being Friday, the market closes for the week, correct? Saturday, Sunday, the markets are closed. They do not they do not function on weekends, correct? So Friday, everyone is just busy. All right, I want to go back. I want to go back home. I want to go out with my family. We have a short trip over here. Let's go to another city. Let's go. Let's go visit a new place. Let's go visit some of our old friends. Let's go visit some of our new friends. So there's so much happening around, correct? So Fridays, people are like, once the market closes, all they want to do is run back home, get ready for the weekend. Right, the weekend is here. So coming back to today's live webinar, we are going to talk about, interestingly, because today is the field of my expertise, correct? Like since I had already mentioned it to you, I'm more in tune with the forex market. I do trade the futures also, or I used to trade the futures. So I have a good amount of experience. Like these topics, I can go on for maybe hours and even days, and I might not get tired about talking because there is so much, that I have observed. There is so much that I have experienced, in my 8 years, especially when I've been trading forex and futures. So you people, you all, you beautiful people are in for a treat today. All right, but before that, let's look at what the markets have done today. Yes, the markets have closed, but it is our duty to just go and quickly recap in terms of what happened, how much it moved, who were the best sellers, who were the best owners, who were the best performers, who were the worst performers, so on and so forth. So let me take you to the web page. So again, a quick reminder, whenever you have to visit a web page, you can just type latest Indian share market news and you will get, a variety of websites which you can choose from. You got Money Control, you got Economic Times, you got Live Mint, and so on and so. I mean, there are hundreds of websites, but these around 4 to 5 websites are prominent, so you can stick to them. So as you can see, uh, top gainers and losers today on 18th October 2024. So the banking sector, in the previous live webinar, I had clearly discussed and I had informed that the banking sector and the IT sector have been outperformers. They have spearheaded, right? They have like made sure, they have heavy lifted the index to where it is right now. The index was heavily bearish, not heavily bearish, but had a lot of bearish pressure in the last 3 consecutive days, correct? But today, being Friday, there has been a lot of squaring off of positions. Squaring off is when you close a transaction, when you close a buy to a sell or a sell to a buy, right? That is called as squaring off, closing position. So today the indices, the Nifty and the BSE have been picking up, right? So there has been bullish momentum today. Coming back, so Axis, Wipro, Infosys, Asian Paints were among the most active traded stocks, correct? So there has been an increase of 0.42%. Pretty interesting. During the trading session, the Nifty reached a high of 24,886 and a low of 24,576. The Sensex also traded within a range of 81,391 and 80,409. So yeah, there has been a slight momentum. You can see 0.27% for the Sensex and 0.42 for the Nifty, correct? The mid cap index underperformed compared to the Nifty, while the Nifty mid cap closing at 0.3% higher. Similarly, the small cap stocks lagged behind the Nifty 50 and Nifty small cap 100 concluded, correct? So let's look at the charts, to understand what is all, the fuss about what this article is trying to condense and explain. Let's go to trading view quickly. So as you can see, I hope everyone can see my chart. That's beautiful. As you can see, prices had gapped lower. Let me zoom in a little more. Prices had gapped down. There was bearish pressure initially when the market had opened, confusing or making the investors or the traders, skeptical about the market, pessimistic about it. Like, why again for the fourth consecutive day prices are falling? They were like skimmish, skeptical, doubtful about what is going to happen in the financial market. But look where the market closed. It closed bullish. Again, let me show you the percentage movement. It's been around 1.23%, which is quite significant, right? So, and from technical point of view, when prices have reached to a level of support where prices have been bouncing, you see the kind of manipulation. We call it as manipulation, where a lot of people who want to enter the market, but they are stopped out before the market decides to go in their favor. So they were right on the direction, but they were wrong on the entry, correct? So prices have been going. So today has been more of a bullish sentiment. Companies like Axis, Wipro, Infosys have been the most traded stocks out there for today. So quickly, let's just jump onto Axis Bank. And we had even given you a trade idea. This is not a hot stock. This is my personal trade idea based on the technicalities of what I had explained. So we do expect prices to come back to our neckline, which is going to be around 1180, entry around 1180 with our target 1 and target 2 levels. Target 1 level at 1250 while target 2 at 1320. I hope you all are having a good time. I mean, I'm trying to keep this session as interactive, as easily understanding as possible, and it can never, never, never be without your support. All right. So make sure you comment down. Keeping it hyper, keeping it interactive. Letting me know whether I'm fast, whether I'm slow, whether I'm quick, whether you get the point, right? No matter what you're feeling, I will try to read as many comments as possible and I will try to get back to as many comments as possible. So that will also help me to understand and gauge, all right, is the main consensus of this particular live streaming session able to understand? Are they at my par of what I'm trying to explain? Right? Like I said, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. Coming back to, so this has been an overall gist about what we were talking when the Nifty had been showing the recovery, right? The presence of bull power re-entering the market, right? The bulls are re-injecting the economy with money, which is showcased by this current candle, right? You can see my cursor. Yes. So this area where the bulls have again started to pick up. Similarly, on the BSE, The Bombay Stock Exchange Index, correct? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. It's not BSE. BSE is an individual stock, and Sensex is the real index that we are looking forward. Similarly, on the Sensex, very similar pattern when I have already mentioned it to you in almost all my live streaming sessions. The NSE and the BSE are like brothers and sisters, right? Where the brother goes, the sister goes. Or where the sister goes, the brother goes, right? Now you decide who is the brother and who is the sister. Okay. Anyways, we had a lot of bullish presence coming out, indicating that yes, either two things. There has been a lot of squaring up for all those people, all the smart money who have been shorting the markets in the futures or in the options. They have started to square off their positions. So that indirectly affects the index also, correct? Remember, futures and options are basically derivative markets of the index. When I had a question from, I guess, Mr. Lee, that can we trade the index? Yes, you can trade the index, but you can only trade the index in the futures or the options, all right? You can't trade literally the index of what I'm trying to show you. First of all, these are basis point. This is not the value, right? So you have to look at the derivative, and the derivatives are identical. They are very, very, they have a shadow image, as in wherever the person walks, wherever the object goes, the shadow follows. So it's identical, they mirror each other. So you can use the futures and the options, to trade. All right, Sophia is writing, I'm very happy today. I get it, Sophia. I can understand your happiness and I know why. And it's important that I let the viewers also know why she is so happy, because a trade idea had been discussed yesterday for all those lovely and lucky people who had been talking about. Oh, are you selling us trade ideas? Are you providing us with trade ideas? Yes, we are. And look at it. One of the trade ideas that was given by us to you beautiful people has been Black Box. All right, a company listed on the NSE. If you have any other information, or if you are curious to know what Black Box is, I don't know what Black Box is. The easiest way that you can find out the information is by going to www.screener.in. All you have to do is type the ticker symbol. Either you type BBOX, so you get Black Box, or if you do not know the ticker symbol, all you have to do is go and type out the entire name, right? Black Box, and you will get it. So this is the company. I had already given you a small synopsis, summary of what the company is. It is basically into manufacturing of telecommunication equipment, correct? You can use this website, scroll down, read all the articles, read about the company, read about the members. You would have to log in by creating a free account. Come on, it's free. I mean, you don't need to pay, and you're getting so much of information. It's the best part. You just make a free account, open screener.in, open a free account, and you can click on read more and see whatever. Because since I haven't logged in yet, it is showing me that you have to register. But once you register, you will get all the details in, and you can scroll down and read and find out. You get even the financial statements, right? The quarterly results, the profit and loss, the balance sheet, the cash flows, the ratios, the shareholding pattern. You even have notes and PowerPoints about what the company is doing, what is the company's brochure, how do they market themselves, right? To people. So all this information can be found out in screener.in. All right. I'm so happy for you, Sophia. You have definitely made good profit, and I'm sure. And I'm still waiting, all right, for my treat. I'm waiting when are you going to take me out? Let's go out. Let's have fun. The weekend is here, guys. The weekend is here. All right. Coming back to Trading View. Now that the market is closed and all the ruckus and the buckles and everything is gone up and down, no problem. Now let's talk about the technical side, the technical trading education, because this particular live streaming session, the third live streaming session that happens, is more about providing you with education, right? More about technical education. And like I had said, if you could read the title, right? If you could read the title of today's live stream session, it's about Forex and futures. And who better than me to explain about Forex and futures, right? So let me open TradingView and I will explain you what it is all about. For people who are not what do you call who had not onboarded this particular trade, please, if you want, you can take a screenshot so that you are aware that yes, we do provide. Remember, it's not just me. I have a team behind me, a team of highly advanced and educated researchers who do their due diligence, who research the markets, who find out all the best trading possible opportunities, and only when all the boxes are checked in terms of the whether it's at a good location, are the market conditions favorable, only after all the boxes are tick marked that we provide you with the hot stock, right? Today there has not been any sorry Today there has been no hot stock given because today is Friday and we do not enter unless and until we do get a trade opportunity in the morning. If we do get, we will definitely let you know. But as and how the day passes, and by mid market, what I mean by mid market is 12ish noon, around 12ish noon Indian Standard Time. If you're not able to find any trade opportunity for Friday, especially because the weekend comes into play, right? So we do not know. The markets are always uncertain. They can do whatever they wish to. So we would want to square off our positions on Friday, hopefully, all right? So we do not have today any hot stocks. So for people who are asking, are there any hot stocks today? Sorry, there are no hot stocks today, right? The market is closed. What are you going to do with the hot stocks? We'll get back to you on Monday. Don't worry. We are going to sit here throughout the weekday from Monday till Friday. I'll be taking 3 live streaming sessions, making sure that I'm able to provide you with the right set of information, the right set of analysis, the right set of hot stocks so that you get the best of everything. A quick reminder, and this is something that I would love to show you, is the Excel. This is a quick outlook of the performance of the number of stocks that we have been, giving out as hot stocks, and you wouldn't believe the total percentage. You could take a screenshot. We do have some issues in our Excel sheet, so I'm sorry I couldn't. It's not an interactive Excel sheet, but if you want, you can take a screenshot and you can do your due diligence and figure out, how the stocks have performed, how many stocks are given, what are the levels at where to enter, where to exit, and how much has been made. So coming back to, I hope everyone has taken a screenshot. If not, do it now. All right, I'm giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now coming back to TradingView. So when you look at TradingView, I have written over here that there was an 83% profitability in the last month with the last trade where Sophia made a good killing, made good profits. This has shot up to 87%, guys and girls, men and beautiful women, 87% profitability in the last month. I mean, imagine someone who's put in $100 has already generated $87 additionally. Someone who's put in $1,000 has made $870 on their own capital. Someone who's put in $100,000 has made $87,000 on their own capital. Someone who's put in 1 million has made 870,000 on their capital. Look at it. It is just bonkers, right? It's mind blowing. Like with the amount of profitability that we have reached in the last month, and it's not even a complete month, it is just 3 working weeks. That accumulates to how many days? 15 working days. A profitability of this level, and you can understand the intensity, the significance that the financial markets hold, the stock market, all kind of markets hold, right? So we want you to be a part of our team. We want you to be a part of taking trades, learning from us, learning how we analyze the markets, learning how we talk about which stock are, are going to be on the radar, are going to convert into hot stock, learning about when we provide you with trading education, correct? Now, with everything done, let us talk about Forex, my favorite, correct? So, Forex, what is Forex, correct? First of all, let me just remove the watermark so I need a blank space that I can use for typing. Now, a lot of people out there are talking about what is Forex, Forex. Like, there was a time when people used to talk about crypto. Crypto is the new fad, right? But Forex has been the OG. OG stands for original, correct? The full form. Remember, Forex is just a short name. It's more like a nickname, a short name, a pet name, right? But the entire full form for Forex is basically foreign exchange, right? I mean, a lot of you guys and girls, men and beautiful women, you know, have a gist about what what the forex markets are all about, but it's very easy to understand. With the world functioning with different countries, every country has its own currency. People are buying services, selling services. People are buying products, selling products, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of financial transactions that are taking place all across the world. That in its entire nutshell is called as forex, the foreign exchange. Now there are people who are flying, people from India who come to Dubai, they cannot use rupees, so they have to convert rupees to dirham. People coming from China, they are used to using Chinese yuan, but once they come to UAE, they have to use dirham. People living in UAE, they cannot use dirham. When they go to US, they have to convert it to dollar. So there has been a lot of transaction of money, correct? Different currencies, a lot of transaction. That entire net of transaction encompasses, and we just term it as forex, correct? So the foreign exchange, has so many currencies. You got so many currencies. I mean, there are hundreds of currencies, but when it comes to the forex market, we mainly focus on the major currencies. Now, people would be like, Harsh, what are major currencies? The currencies of developed nations, nations that are at the peak of their economy, who no one can forget, or who, if even a kid is told about a particular country, the kid will know, yes, I know the country. We are talking about USA. So the USA represents what? The dollar, correct? The dollar. Then we have euro. Euro is what? Euro we have, euro is what, right? It's a culmination of different states, right? Germany, Switzerland, Italy, France, so on and so forth, Austria, Hungary. So the euro has been using its own currency, which is called as the euro. Then we have Japan. Who can forget the land of the rising sun, right? Japan. That small island on the east coast of the world, and it's so technologically advanced. Some of the best electronic gadgets are from Japan, right? Yamaha, Yokohama, Nissan, Toyota. I mean, the list goes on and on. Some of the best automobiles, some of the best electronic gadgets, you name it, made in Japan. So the currency is called as Japanese yen, correct? Japanese yen. And you have other countries such as Australia. Anyone from Australia earlier? Mate. Alright, so Australian dollar. The people in Australia have their own currency, which is called the Australian dollar. And then you have Canada. Anyone from Canada over here? The Canada use what? They have their own, which is called as the Canadian dollar. Then you have people from New Zealand, also called as Kiwi people, correct? So they have their own New Zealand dollar, right? Now people would be like, what is this dollar? Why is dollar everywhere? Don't confuse. Dollar, it's just a term which is used in their respective country. The dollar, when I'm talking about the main dollar, it is the US dollar, all right? Don't When we talk about dollar, yeah, we understand that it's the US dollar, but when it comes to Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, they also are denominated by dollar, but they have an entire different, metric system in terms of how much is one Aussie dollar, how much is one New Zealand dollar. Then we have, how can we forget Switzerland? Switzerland is also a country that is landlocked and it doesn't have its own army. It has always tried to be neutral. So the people in Swiss who loves Swiss chocolates, come on, write down in the comment. I love Swiss chocolates. Swiss, Swiss. What do you call Swiss? The currency used in Switzerland is called Swiss franc. All right. So on and so forth. I mean, the list will go on and on. But when it comes to the major pairs, you have these around five. I would say euro, dollar, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar. So as you can see, I'm talking about the major pairs. Remember, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of currencies out there. But when we look at markets, for example, if you look at Nifty, when we talk about Nifty, there are so many buyers and sellers, in the NSE and the BSE. So the volume is flooded with liquidity. Liquidity is when there is surplus of both buyers and sellers, So it is very easy for us to get into these markets and get out of markets. We don't have problems such as redundancy in terms of recourse and all. These are terms which get onto the advanced side, but in simple terms, we want a market that is flooded. The more flooded a market, the easier the transaction, because it's simple to understand. The more number of people, the more number of participants in the market, the more transactions can facilitate, right? If there are less people in the market, then there are less transactions which can be facilitated. So it creates a lot of disparity in terms of, am I getting the right buyer for the right seller? Am I getting the right seller for the right buyer? So on and so forth. So in Forex, we look at deals one, two, three. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making mistakes in the numbering. No problem. One, two, three, four, five, and six. Correct. So these are some of the main major Forex pairs that we are looking at. And yes, Sophia writes, I like dollar. Who doesn't like dollar? Dollar, right? So Forex is mainly comprising of these. Oh my God! Again, the spelling, the numerical values. I'm making mistake. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So seven pairs, right? The main best, the most liquid pairs, right, outside in the financial markets. I'm talking about Forex. These seven pairs, right? So the Forex is basically in comparison. I will just show you my representation. You can use the websites, but since I'm on this particular white chart, I do want to show you it from my depiction. Right now, you have the well-known and the most established, share markets out there. So we are going to talk about the US. All right, the US, the US stock market. All right, it comprises of everything, the futures and everything. So just let's call it as the US stock market. And I want to talk to you about the comparison, and I'm going to tell you why, the reason behind it. As a denotation, if you look at this orange circle that I've drawn, right? Everyone can see it. All right. So this circle represents the size of the US stock market. All right. I'm trying to make you understand in a very simple manner. This is the size in comparison in terms of the volumes, in terms of the market participants, in terms of everything, right? This is just a depiction of a size. When compared to the Forex market, you wouldn't believe, and I'm not joking, but it's this big, all right? So this is the Forex market. All right. Now many people would be like, wow, how the hell is it so big? All right, but it is what it is, correct? When you compare the size of the US stock market, in terms of capitalization, the US stock market trades on an average capitalization liquidity of, I guess it's around 40 billion. No, it's not going to be even 40. It's going to be less than 40. We can check it out. But when it comes to the Forex market, I still remember when my professor used to talk to me about it. At that time, all right, it was 5.7 trillion per day. I am not making this up. You can go on to Google and check, and maybe the number has shot up. The value, the capitalization in terms of the exchanges taking place, in terms of the size, in terms of the liquidity, right? It is massively huge, right? And that is the reason, just to give you, just to take you back to my old student days when I was learning. I was only aware about the US stock market, not because I was aware about the US stock market, but because I used to see that in Hollywood movies. Right? Who is a fan of Hollywood movies? Write down in the comment section. I am. I love Hollywood movies. Right? I'm a big Hollywood fan. So when watching Hollywood movies, I see these people watching screens, watching charts. I didn't know what were charts. I just saw some designs, something on the screens, and I was like, wow, what is this? So when I started to do my research, I understood that yes, what they are, they work, in a bank, or they work in an institution, but in the USA. So that is how my curiosity had started to, begin. And I was like, okay, I want to get into stocks. Everyone wants to get into stocks, US stocks. And I started, trading stocks initially. But then I was like, as in how? I started learning from experienced, traders who used to trade on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, who used to trade. In the olden days, people used to paper trade. Now everything is electronic, but during those days, it was mostly based on paper trading. So I'm talking about those old people, right, who have been, shouting, sell, 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 buy, sell, buy, using indicators and being like this. I mean, it just caught my attention. So these people were telling me that, Harsh, you wouldn't believe, like, in terms of the comparison, in terms of the size, when you compare the US stock market. Now, understand the US stock, I mean, we haven't talked about the Indian stock market, but the Indian stock market is still small compared to the US stock market in terms of capitalization. But when I talk about the US, because the US is the leading player when it comes to the stock market, the world stock market. When you compare it with Forex, the size of it. I had also mentioned about futures, right? Now, futures is something which basically is another derivative of stocks, of commodities and all. So the average, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm just giving you an average size, right? This is what the US futures looks like. The US futures market. I'm talking about US futures, yeah, not Indian futures. So in terms of their, capitalization, they turn out to be such. So when you compare the size, look at this. It's like comparing the Earth to Jupiter, I suppose, right? I mean, the size, the comparison. I mean, I guess the size for the US future market would be slightly smaller, also, like this, something. So just to get a, that curiosity, that wow, I mean, we never thought that the forex market is so huge. Indeed, it is. But with every pro, with all these pros, pros are positive points, positive aspect. There are some cons, some negative aspects too, because it's so widespread and there's so much of financial transactions. And I'm reminding you, I'm re-enunciating, I'm, reiterating. It's not re-enunciating, it's reiterating. 5.7 trillion dollars. All right, this is dollars what I'm talking about. It's not even like rupees, it's dollars. All right, per day. The size of transactions, the volume, the liquidity during that is so huge. 5.7 trillion dollars. It is massive, right? Because being so widespread, there is no physical exchange where these entities are changed, where transactions take place, because transactions are taking place everywhere, at the counter, at the airport, between friends, between companies. So when it comes to the US market, when it comes to the US futures market and the US stock market, they have, exchanges such as, I hope everyone would be aware about CME, it's called as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and the US stock market, right? The one in New York. What do you call it as? Just you, I mean, you get the point, right? The NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, right? And so these entities have exchanges, structures, who facilitate transactions between the buyers and sellers. But when it comes to Forex, they do not have any structure. They are decentralized. Decentralized meaning they do not have a governing body. So I mean, who's buying, who's selling, there's a lot of ruckus about it. So they don't have clear stated record of, from where this kind of money is coming, where it's coming. But that is the reason the market is so expansive that so much of transactions are happening that it is almost impossible to like keep each and every transaction. Like no one entity is aware about all transactions is what I'm saying. I mean, transactions are known to everyone because you get the receipt, the financial footprint exists, but there is no centralized entity like the CME, like the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or the New York Stock Exchange. So this is decentralized. That is a negative aspect of it. Sophia is asking for image. Sophia, you have to be more elaborate. What image are you talking about? Is it this? Do you want to take a screenshot, or do you want me to show you some other image? Let me know. So coming back to the Forex, right? So Forex has these major players, right? The US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the Canadian dollar. So let me just show you a chart. When you look at the shares or the index, right, we generally just type out the ticker symbol, correct? It's called ticker symbol, the symbols used in typing. Like for example, if I'm typing Nifty, Nifty is going to be just one entity, right? It's called Nifty, right? I hope everyone can see that. But when we talk about Forex, it can never be one entity. There is always an exchange between two currencies. What am I going to do with one currency? If I want to exchange currencies when I'm traveling, maybe from Dubai, I want to go back to India. So I need to have Indian rupees, right, for facilitating transactions when I go back to India. So what I mean to say is for the stocks or the index will always have a ticker name, just one ticker name. For example, Nifty or Sensex or Aditya Birla or TCS or Reliance, But when it comes to Forex, you're going to have between two players. For example, the euro against the dollar. All right. So this is how a Forex chart looks. And you would be very much aware about it that no matter whether I type Nifty or whether I type Euro dollar, the charts look the same, right? So people are going to be like, wow, like hush, they all look the same. That is the beauty of technical analysis. We do not have to specialize in only one field of expertise. Like one has to only specialize in stocks, one has to only specialize in Forex, one has to only specialize in futures, one only has to specialize in options. With technical trading, you all can, the technical remains the same, the technical factors remain the same. The market scenarios can change, but the technical factors remain the same, right? So as I was mentioning, for the stock or for an index, it is always attributed by a ticker name, right? Just the name of the company for the stock or just the name of the index, all right, for that particular index. But when it comes to Forex, you have the euro against the dollar. You get the point? I mean, like I said, there were several pairs that I mentioned. So we have something, for example, for this particular example, you're talking about the euro against the dollar. So they look somewhat like this, where the euro is the quote currency, the base currency, correct? And the dollar, which is on the right side. See, there will be one pair on the left, one pair on the right. Mr. Lee is back in the house again. Shout out to Mr. Lee. I'm still not understanding what that emoticon is. You have to let me know what that that emoji stands for. All right. Now coming back to Forex. So this is called off dollar. All right. DOLLAR. Sorry, my bad. So the euro is called as the code currency, right? The base currency. Code, or you call it as the base currency, while the dollar is called as the reference currency. All right. So when we talk about these, remember this is just the basic information that I'm trying to make it as interesting as possible for people to understand. So when you talk about forex, right, the foreign exchange, it is about two currencies in tandem with each other, right? In tandem means they go together. When it comes to a share or an index, it is always attributed by one ticker name. Maybe, for example, if I'm talking about Reliance, right? Or just let me keep it simple as Tata Consultancy Service. This particular company will be having a ticker symbol of TCS. All right. So this is a share, this is a stock. But when we're talking about Forex, it is always a dual player. It will have a currency against another. So you have euro dollar, similar to euro dollar, the pairs that I had shown you. Let me just go back to that chart to show you where it was. The names of the different currencies, right? I don't want to keep typing. I'm a little lazy when it comes to typing. All right. So here it is. Let me just copy it and let me get back to the euro dollar chart. So as you can see, with all these currencies out here, I hope everyone can see my screen perfect. So we have, for example, I just showed you with two examples. I'm talking about euro dollar. So we have the US dollar against the euro. The reason we call it against is because, like we are buying 1 euro. If we are buying 1 euro, we are selling one equal aspect of dollar, right? It's like if you buy euro, you sell dollar. And if you sell euro, you buy dollar. Now the best part about the forex pair, unlike the share market, when stock companies out there, especially different countries have different rules, different regulations. What I'm trying to say is, generally people do not allow to short a stock. All right, generally people do not allow to short a stock. While for forex, you can go long and you can go short also. There is no restriction whatsoever. You can go long or you can short. Now people are like, how can I sell something that I do not have? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the entire magic of forex. You can sell it at a higher price and you can square off the position at a lower price. So that is the significance of the forex market. The forex market, with its huge capital, huge liquidity, there's so many players in the market, and with so much of liquidity comes a lot of benefits. You get higher margins. Brokers out here in the UAE, especially in Dubai, they are giving leverages of 1 is to 100, 1 is to 200. 1 is to 100. There was a broker. Recently we had an expo, a Forex expo in Dubai, and I came across a broker who was new, right? I'm not talking about Dolphin, I'm talking of some other broker. And they were giving a leverage of 1 is to 5,000. I mean, when you have these kind of leverages, it's like insane. What I'm trying to say is, in the normal stock market, right, in the Indian share market, as per what I am aware, is that you get a leverage of only 1 is to maybe 5 or maybe 1 is to 10. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but the leverage, right, for every 1 unit, how much can it expand to, right? How many times it can expand to? It's called as leverage. For people who are hearing it for the first time, here, this is the wording, right? This is the technical word used. So leverage for the Indian stock market, right? Or just let me just put it as a stock market, because it's almost plus or minus same. Back in the US stock market, you get the leverage of, I guess, 1 is to 25. or I guess it's 1 is to 15. But nonetheless, you get my point. I'm talking about a range, right? So the US stock market has, a leverage of 1 is to 10. But when you talk about Forex, you get an average leverage that any broker who is in the forex industry will give you 1 is 200. Look at the power of what you possess. What does leverage mean? I mean, the topic can go on and on. We only have 1 hour here, so I'm just trying to give you the basics, give you the best illustrations to make you understand of the significance of the forex market. I haven't even touched futures, like I've shown you the depiction of futures, but there is so much to talk, and I just want to keep it simple and not too cumbersome when it comes to acquiring knowledge. So for every 1 unit, how many times can it magnify, right? For every 1 unit, how many times can I magnify my capital? Remember, leverage is connected to capital. Like if I'm talking about a very simple example for $100 account, right? 1 is to 100. So you add another double zeros. How much does it become? 1 is to 100. So if I'm having $1,000, right, multiplied by 100, how much does it become? You get two more zeros. Look at the amount. So you get to handle $100,000. You get to play an equivalent of $100,000 just by having a $1,000 account. That is the magic. That is the power of leverage. But please bear in mind, I had to learn it the hard way. Leverage is a two-edged sword, right? If the sword can cut the person in front, it can cut you also. So when things go around, when the trade goes against you, it can stop you out very quickly also. It can blow your account. So it's like riding a dragon, the dragon, if you ride it well, you're good, but if you fall off, the dragon will eat you, right? So something similar, right? So I mean, I hope, I don't want to make it too cumbersome, too like too fast. I just want to, like, make you understand the significance of what the forex market is about. I haven't touched about the futures. Maybe I can talk about it maybe some other time, but to get into the perspective of understanding, like, the amount of money that flows into the forex market, and that is why people are so interested in understanding about why, how is it possible, how can I do something that can make me, like, generate strong returns. So many people who don't have much account, who don't have funds that are so big, or who start with smaller accounts, because you won't be able to enter the stock market with $100. They will not even allow you. You need to have, every country has its policies, its rules, its regulations, and understanding about how much money is needed to invest. What is the minimum account balance? How much money should I put? What are the rules? Can I hold the trade for the next day? Can I hold the trade for the next weekend? So there are a lot of legalities. There are a lot of rules and regulations in the stock market. For the US, for the futures market in general, the rules are a little less stringent. They are more flexible. But when it comes to forex, it's an ocean of market. So the flexibility is also very huge. You get a lot of flexibility when it comes to forex. So people with as low as $100 can trade equivalent to $100,000 account. Imagine, that's the power of leverage. So I hope this kind of gives you a very basic but a very intuitive and and a very it makes you curious to understand that, yes, wow, there's not just one market. There are so many markets out there. Every market, there are so many people trading in different sorts of market. So this was a very quick and short, and I tried my best to kind of explain it to you in a manner that you are able to understand. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. I love using depictions. I love using annotations, and I try to keep as simple as possible because I understand. I was a student like you too, so I love keeping it simple. I try using simple words which are very attractive but easy to understand also. So coming back, just giving you a quick recap of what has happened today. The share market closed with a bullish sentiment, correct? It started the day bearish, it gapped down, but it closed bullish, almost 1%, right? That is huge. Looking at the news events, when we had gone through the web pages to understand what the articles were talking about, what the share market has done after the prices have closed for the week, not just for the day, but for the week also, right? With the top gainers being IT and banks, correct? And then checking out the chart because we want to connect as many dots as possible. Then we go on to trading view, we look at trading view to understand what the nifty was showing, what the sensex was showing, and it showed the same picture on both the indices. When prices had gapped down, they created a low, but now prices had had reversed back from bearish to bullish sentiment, right? Making people feel a little more optimistic. But since the market is closed, they will have to wait for Monday, right? With the Hyundai IPO having finished, concluding its IPO sharing, I guess today was the last day where people and the subscriptions had doubled. So there has been so much happening with the geopolitical events going on. I just came across a news article where the Gaza, the main person who was handling the Gaza Strip, Mr. Yahya Sinwar, is no more. He has been executed. So many things are happening with the things going on in Russia, in Ukraine, with North Korea, China, South Korea, Taiwan. There's so many things happening. So a lot of uncertainties in the market, but nonetheless, we try to connect the dots. Money cannot get extinguished. It's going to be parked in one place, or it's going to be taken out from one place and shifted to another place, correct? Money gets transferred, money transfers, money is not created or dissolved, correct? Then we talked about forex, and we had pretty good discussion. Remember, 1 hour is too less to even explain the tip of the iceberg. It's like there's so much to talk about with all the pairs that are with all the things happening, but just trying to keep it as basic as possible and making you understand that yes, unlike a stock market where you just have one ticker symbol, the forex market works like a seesaw. I'm very much sure uh, that you all during your childhood days would be remembering of what do you call remembering of this system that people would use, not sorry, not system, what do you call it as? This, when we used to go to gardens, right, where you used to have one person sitting on one corner and the other person sitting at the other corner, correct? So this is a seesaw. Yeah, the word is seesaw, correct? All right, one guy and one girl. All right. Yes. So it's like a seesaw. The forex market works like a seesaw, seesawing, going from one direction to the other. Right. If the euro is strengthening, come alternatively the dollar is weakening. If the euro is weakening, the dollar is it's like a seesaw. If this goes up, this will automatically come down, and if this automatically comes down, this will automatically go. It's a balance between the two. And that is another reason. Unlike stocks and shares where prices go in one direction, the forex markets need to maintain equilibrium, right? So you will never find them to be escalating on the monthly chart. They will always be having this kind of equilibrium phase, creating highs and lows. So I know there's been a lot of information that has been shared, and I have tried to do the best of my capabilities in trying to explain to you with all drawings, with all these kind of illustrations. So I do hope you had a great session this evening, and I wish you all a very, very great evening, a great night, a great start to the weekend, and I hope you have a great Saturday and Sunday. All right. Until then, we will get back to you on Monday, from Monday to Friday. 3 times I will be live streaming. This is Harsh. Remember, Harsh is here, so nothing to fear. Until next time. All right. Take care. Bye. Have a great weekend. Cheers.